Hello, I'm Trucker Joe, and welcome to our magnificent empire. Well, not quite magnificent yet, but we have plans for this. I have kind of already tried to record this episode, but I wasn't keeping track of the time. Anyway, now I am keeping track of the time. So, I will hopefully won't wind up with an hour-long video that I have no idea what to do with when I was shooting for half-hour video that would be edited down to something like 20 minutes. So anyway, I have the magnificent pigeon, magnificent buzzards. I actually don't remember what is going on. Oh, I see. We're collecting ourselves, and then we're going to counterattack Bardoom. One thing that I definitely need to do, because I need to take a quick look around. My defenses are actually pretty lax, so let me show you some of the things I built. In fact, I'll go into the design ship phase. So I made this, the Magnificent Seagull, off camera. Then, of course, I built the Magnificent Sloth, which I do have footage of. In fact, if I look here, I can actually open this up. So here is this thing. Not overlays. Yeah. So this thing is hopefully going to be more effective than the current craft I have. And the entire point of the Magnificent Sloth is to try to attack my enemies from below, because I'm very paranoid about airships coming in and blowing my non-existent buildings up. So I'm obviously going to be building some land ships. But I will just have a couple of these set to build. And when this thing is done, I'll probably start building my next ship, which is going to, of course, be that magnificent seagull. Anyway, there is not much they can do. Ah, they destroyed a fragment of the great fastness. I wish I knew what that meant. Oh, really? Also, Dingleton. I am going to have an empire called Dingleton at some point. That just sounds pretty funny. So yeah, they're slowing us down. Uh, yeah. Anyway, this is a night battle, so I apologize for that. Not much I can do, but they do have less defenses than last time because I didn't spend so much time dawdling. So hopefully, I can do this. I need to target this topmost guy first, because if we can take out the suspendium chamber, then this happens. If there's a way to cancel it, no, there isn't. But I'm going to just ground these guys, because at this stage, I really should just get out of the way. It's being held up by a single leaf. And instead of being focused on... Let's focus your fire, actually. I actually really like this, being able to see outside the ships. So we have one. They have completely surrendered to us. Okay, we're going to do a gentle takeover. And one of the first things I want to do is we have pirates here. And we should attack them before they attack us. that does seem like the only option we have. Need to keep a close eye on these other enemies. It appears there are some airships flying around, but thankfully they're in the middle of their own conflict. These guys really can only ever attack me though, so I can't afford to withdraw any of my forces. So yeah, I'm going to save my resources because I want to build my new capital ship as soon as possible. So we have space pirates. These guys can... I have no idea how tough these guys are. I will just put that out here. It's like, I am clueless. However, it doesn't mean that I don't have an answer to them. In fact, they're normal airships, so I should be able to at least stop the first few by taking out its suspendium. But I'm going to have to deal with this guy trying to capture my ships. Oh no. Well, they have me. Exactly where they want. Perhaps I can... See, I'm actually extremely concerned here. They're right on top of... Okay, I should just swap directions. I'm going to take tons of damage no matter what. Let's just drop these guys to the ground. Hopefully these guys don't cause extra damage. I was afraid I was going to get boarded there and lose the pigeon. Anyway, our little aircraft putting in work. Give me a moment. I want to pause this just so that you don't have to deal with the loud noise. Take a look at these outfits. Look, they actually look like pirates. Little, cute, adorable looking pixelated pirates. Also, oh, that's cool. Sorry about that. So yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know if this counts as immobilized or not. But speaking of which, I find it a little ridiculous. If you I've learned that if you capture an enemy, it appears that we have one. But if you manage to destroy... And I mean, like, if you manage to take over an area, and then it gets, and one of your ships gets immobilized in the process, you will lose that ship even though you took over that area. I hope that gets changed. So now we have pretty close, so we recovered a good portion of that. So now we're just going to move these guys to Stormness for a quick repair. I am very concerned. If these guys win, they're probably going to start sending airships against me. So I'm going to repair this. It will cost some of my money, but it won't be so bad that I can't afford it. Now, my next move. As soon as this thing's built, I'm going to want... Really? Aerial jelly. Nice. Huh. I guess too bad for you, I guess. Also, these guys. They did repel it. They're sending an airship to this area. Okay. So that's cool. Already things are playing out in a way completely different from what I expected. So I'm going to move this terrifying sloth over to this area because I don't want to lose it. And then I need to come up with an invasion plan. I'm thinking I should go to Leok, capture that before it's too late. Let me send in a spy and take a look. It's always a good idea to take a look. Good. So no surprises. Then Bardoom is going to be finished. Bardoom's another medium shipyard, which means, and a safer place for me to construct my new airship from. Zoom to fit. That's not going to work. So this little building, I'm just going to siege them like this. I'm going to ground these guys immediately, and this guy, I believe, needs to set its targeting to aim fire. Did we just shoot down our own? We did. We shot down our own aircraft. I almost called it an airship. They have pierced the outer armor, but that's only light armor. So they surrendered. They surrendered! So gentle takeover, because I want all that income. And did we take any losses? None? They have a huge shipyard, so that's where I'm going to start building my capital ships from. Which means we're going to see the pigeon even sooner than I thought. And since we have a lot of excess, let's just build another one of these magnificent sloths. Because I feel like we need additional sloths to really deal with. Okay. Brigands. Criminals, deserters, malcontents. They're hiding here, preying on the local people. Okay. I don't have a way to directly attack them yet. Our air fleet is still very small, but I think we should deal with these brigands before they reduce, like, so that they don't have too much of an impact. I hope no one sends airships to attack this, because I'm going to have difficulty responding to that. Oh. Oh. You know what? I will give you bonus points for the tank. I like that. So this was obviously meant to be a land encounter of some kind. So I'm going to have my ships arranged for that. But I'm just going to siege them in the end. Like, I might even like try to capture. Actually, do I have anything to capture with? I actually do. Okay. This changes things. I want to capture this thing. So I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to say, you board this guy. And then everyone else is going to exclusively shoot at this. There we go. And you also exclusively target this. Oh, did we fail? Did we fail? Okay, time to ground all my fleet. It does appear that we have failed to capture this. Yeah, they were not going to last. All glory belongs to us. We are victorious. I like your spunk. So yeah. So we have managed to slow them down. So let's move to Stormness, because that seems to be where the center of our empire is. And as soon as this is done, we're going to build one of my craft. So let's see here. Now, I have a magnificent seagull. I'm just going to keep this name the same. Completely new kind of ship. And basically, it is, if those were cruisers, and these are the battleships. So we have this going on. Need to figure out what to do with these jellies, though. Now we have another medium shipyard. I should also consider what I can do for a super heavy land ship that I can deploy later on. So our income is increasing. Looks like they're trying to reinforce. Ah, there's a bit of a tug of war going on. Okay. We need to do something about this. Because, tape jar, I don't know which, Dark Felibane. Yeah. Captain Race? I don't know the names of these empires. The Empire of Magnificent Empire. I just need a moment to take this in. The next one is going to be the Redundant Empire. Okay, so we're very close. I'm probably going to build another one of those airships in a nearby shipyard. So Tapejar and Esrect have formed an alliance. So these were original. Okay, this is a strange alliance. Because of the distance here, they're not going to easily be able to fight off anything that comes their way, because I'll just be able to outspeed them with everything I have. I could tell my ships to intercept theirs to slow them down. I don't know. These guys got to 3, but I'm at a much higher power. I'm not actually going to do that. It's just something I'm thinking of doing, but it'll leave me open to other attacks. Then again, I need to consider. What'll happen. No one else has airships using exclusively, except for this faction. So they may actually... Yeah, I'm actually going to send out an intercept for them. And we'll just use the new battleships. It's a little more expensive than that. So yes. So let's just see this. Also, speaking of which, I am actually a little sad that I haven't been able to build a craft on camera. So how about I make like a land battleship? I mean, that could be cool. Okay, so these, again, I want to take advantage of my range. This guy is probably going to wind up like this. A bit ahead. This guy I'm actually going to move below. They don't have many suspendium ships, So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that they're on the right target. Okay, that isn't intended at all. If we're not careful, this guy is going to completely take over one of my ships, so I need to watch that. Looks like we have disabled him. Okay. I'm going to move this guy slightly back. These two are going to ground. This guy is going to ground. There we go. I didn't even notice this guy. He could have tried to board one of us. We took no significant damage. And we intercepted their fleet, which means that they're worse off for it. We're just going to send these guys, I don't know. Let's move these guys here. Let's move these guys here. We'll keep one of the slots up here. It's a medium shipyard, so it won't be difficult to repair. Now, while that's going on, how about we build a new landship? And not just build one, but design one from scratch. And I'll come up with a good name. So we got targeting computers now. How about like an artillery landship that uses targeting computers as a method to help improve aim? I mean, obviously it's not worth it if I can get telescopes, but since we don't have telescopes, let's go for the next best thing. Spider legs have better weight capacity. Okay. And for less. Okay. That's awesome. Also, anytime I read Golem, I think of that original character I made. So anyway, this thing is probably going to be covered in steel armor. That's just how it's going to be. It's probably going to be reinforced. Okay, I am done with the magnificent rat. Just take a glimpse at its magnificence, and also how mutated it looks. That'll be the next land ship I build, but I'm probably going to have to capture one of these places and build it from there before I can actually use it. Let's see how well it can handle a war on multiple fronts, perhaps. I mean, no other place has decent things, so yeah, anyway. Now that my fleet has made it back, once this magnificent buzzard gets repaired, we're going to have this join up. We have another seagull in the making. We're going to attack this aerial jelly because it's restricting our income. And soon enough we'll be able to afford a rat. Don't worry. If these guys take this over, good. So this thing, I have no idea what I'm up against, and I'm prepared to lose my entire fleet and have to kick into overdrive next episode. So this thing is basically made to be able to attack from any angle. This thing only fires directly forwards. And has a plane, which, you know, planes are cool. Then I have these things. And I think my plan here is to just make sure that none of my craft overlap. This is its maximum height. So yeah, evidently my seagulls have the highest height, but I'm not going to bother with that. So I'm just going to set them to I. Okay, this thing might start. What? Okay. You saw that, right? I thought I was in for a huge, hard, difficult battle. And it just like splits apart into small pieces. I'm sorry. You I'm saving this because I want to see how this would have played out if I just sent maybe like one of these things. And I'll do that next episode. No treasures are had to be... Okay, so evidently this is one of the easy things that I could deal with. So really, speaking of which, I really need to invade this. Look at this, cheap steel, negative 50% armor cost. I'm going to prepare for that. Anyway, our empire has grown quite a bit. We saw an alliance being made, and I kind of swooped in and ruined that their chance at being able to fight back, because I'm nice like that, and I will make preemptive strikes. And I think I may have just screwed Metropolis, because they're not going to be able to defend. Oh, that's actually kind of amusing. So by intercepting their fleet earlier, we probably made them defenseless. Oh geez. I should consider that kind of stuff. But still, this is a good note to end it off on. Just pop the jelly. See ya.